You're lying, you're lying about something. That's why we keep grilling you about it, to get it off your chest, to make you feel better, help our investigation. We'll deal with whatever later. But right now we're dealing with this. And what we're dealing with is you lying, your inconsistent stories. And there's only one way to solve it.
Me tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah, pretty well.
Do we start from the beginning?
Man, I've already heard this story like 52 times about you playing chess. Okay? What I want to know is what happened supposedly when Marcus walked out the back door, which I've been told he left out the front door.
Who told you to left out the front door?
I've been told that. I'm not going to tell you who I heard that from. I've been told that.
He left out the back because when he walked out to the garage, he put on his shoes and he walked out the side door right here and walked out that way. I seen him walk out the back door. Then I went downstairs to my room.
You seen him walk out the back door, or did you walk into the back door?
We were talking, we were talking about I was talking about seeing him around again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he goes to come, because he said he was walking from the east side to the west side, like he usually does. And I told him that I would see him when he comes back around to the side of the city. Then he walked out the back door, put on his shoes, walked out the garage door, and then left.
So when did you shake his hand?
I shook his hand after the chess game, and after he left, so I shook it one more time.
After he left?
Or before he left.
When did you pat him on the back?
When I walked in the door.
When you walked in the door?
When I walked in the door to see my mom after I got off from work.
So you didn't shake his hand, then you just patted him on the back?
Patted him on the back. After I walked in, gave him a hug.
You told me earlier you shook his hand and patted him on the back at the same time. Your statement earlier was, I always do that to people. I shake their hand and pat them on the back at the same time.
I didn't say I always did it at the same time. I said I always walk in, and when I see somebody I recognize, I pat them on the back.
And shake their hand.
I pat them on the back like this, and then after that I shake their hand. It's a formal greeting.
Okay. Earlier, I'd have to review the tape. Earlier, I'm pretty sure that you said, I shake people's hand, pat them on the back at the same time. You kind of did a little motion like that while you was in the car. Because remember, I was like, well, how do you do that? Because I asked you if you hug them or whatever, and you're like, oh, I pat them on the back. Which there's nothing wrong with that. Guys do it all the time to guys.
Yeah.
I do it to my buddies. Yeah. So, but
you're just trying to figure out what happened from the chess game to when he left, pretty much.
No, from when you're saying that he walked out the back door.
I know that. So you're trying to figure out what happened to him. But when he left, I had gone down to my room. I had fed my rabbit, and then I went to sleep. Tell the truth now, because I just found caught that I was lying when you resaid what I had said or gave that receipt. The day after that night, me and Harley went down to the gas station, got a pack of RC, came home. I split it 50-50, 6 cans each with him and me, and went downstairs. And I went to bed. The next night.
The next night? Harley was there the next night. He was at his mom's on Friday.
He was there all day.
His statement was he was at his mom's all day Friday.
Visitations only last for a couple hours. He wasn't there all day.
Man, I'm telling you.
When we get to the bottom of this, we will.
Wow.
Wherever it settles, okay? People that help us the most, in turn, help themselves. They really do, they help themselves. Something you really got to think about.
I'm trying to help myself. I really am. I'm trying to help myself from not going to jail. And from what you guys tell me, I'm probably going to be the one that's getting the most.
When we leave this room, if we're still at this standstill, that's always a possibility. You want some time to think about it?
We're gonna step out. You sit in here, we'll be back in about 5 minutes, talk to you. You need to do some real heavy thinking real quick.
Get some soul searching.
Some real heavy thinking.
2 grounds. You need to help Mark, help yourself. You know what I mean?
Nobody else matters in this besides you and Mark right now. You gotta look out for yourself. You gotta help Mark.
I'm trying to help Mark.
But we're done. If you wait 5 minutes, we'll be back, okay?
You really need to think about this.
You need anything to some water, please? I don't know if we have water. What about Coke? Be okay? Sure. Can you drink Coke?
All right, we'll be back. Hey, would you rather have water or Coke?
Water.
Water. Drink right here. Well, you any soul searching? And?
I'll tell you guys all that I know.
Okay.
Where do you want me to start?
Where we haven't heard anything before, where it's going to be new and fresh.
Okay.
The information we're looking for.
Information you're looking for. Okay, from after when he walked out the door, I going downstairs. I found my money, and I did go to bed. I would look deep down, I did do that.
Did what?
I actually went, and I did honestly, and go to bed.
Okay.
Woke up the next morning. It was just a day off. I did my regular thing, hung out with the family, did all this stuff. Helped my mom with the chores and did yard work. And I played poker with my family. After that, then you guys came to me about Marcus. You interviewed me at exactly 11 o'clock. In about 15 minutes, and then my dad came out, and then you interviewed him for a second. And about 11:20 you left, so that would have been work.
Okay.
On that day. Then I had worked that night with Nyla, counted the doors at 9:45. She told me she didn't want me to miss my bus, so I walked all the way back to the mall, like I told you before. After all that was said, then when I got home, I was sitting at the table. They were having a good time. He was eating macaroni salad, all that. Then I sat down with him. Then after my mom had said she was going to bed, me and Mark played chess. And then while we were playing, Harley came in and he was like, I can beat you all in chess. I can beat you all in 3 moves. Gloating about how well he knows how to play chess. I told him that I would play with him the next game because Mark said he was about to leave after this. Then we played chess. I shook his hand. He sat down. I talked to him. I had smart pamphlets about animals I wanted to get when I had enough money. Started talking about some of the animals, then we started talking about football, as you know. And then after that, Holly did go into his room. And then Steven went to his room because they both kind of split the ends. And the girls went upstairs. After that, we walked over to the kitchen sink. He got a drink of water. He cleaned out his macaroni salad bucket. I gave him the rest of the instant coffee container that Mom said he could have. He filled it up. Stirred it on instant coffee. And took a drink. We walked to the door, still talking. Shook his hand one more time. Told him that I would see him around. He walked out the back door. Then I went downstairs. It's exactly, I don't remember anything else after that.
What? I mean, I got one thing to say. What the hell are you talking about? Because you started off this story soon as he walks in here, I'm going to tell you everything that happened that night. I honestly went to bed. The next day I played poker with my family. And then we started, when did you start this story? Because the next day you played poker with your family, then somehow you reverted back to when you was working 2 days before, and then you come home and Marcus is home, and then you come back to this, and then you come back to this, and you're saying you went downstairs and went straight to bed. That's all you remember. But a while ago you remember going downstairs and feeding your rabbit and everything else before you went to bed. And what's all that?
You're all over the board. What you just told me doesn't make good sense to me.
At all. It was almost better before when you was lying your ass off to us than it is now. I mean, that didn't make no sense at all. Did it make sense to you?
I heard a tail end of the story than the start of the story.
Yeah.
After the tail end. Listen, I don't think you can help yourself. I don't think you can help yourself by what you're saying. Because you're talking in circles. It makes no sense. Let me ask you this. Is it possible there's something else that you just haven't told us that maybe you're kind of wanting to tell us?
It's possible, but I can't necessarily recall it.
You're talking in circles again. Let's just deal with what you know. Okay? No hypotheticals. Is there something else that you know about Mark?
No. I know I just lied right there about the yes thing, but I honestly do not know.
I mean, you just lied again too when you did that.
After he left, I don't know what happened though.
Okay, back up. When you were still there, something else happened.
When he was still there, something else happened.
Something else is going on here.
You just now brought up the Harley thing, taunting and wanting to beat you on the chest and everything else that you told me, God, like 5 hours ago or so when we sat in my car talking. A while ago I brought it up, and you just kind of blew it off like nothing, but now you're saying it again.
Would you really take the chance? I'm looking at this two ways. You're our guy that harmed him, no doubt about it. You're the evil son of a bitch that needs to go to prison forever, or you're helping somebody else. You're holding information back, helping somebody else. I think your loyalty is leaning towards someone else in this, and not Mark. Your loyalty needs to be for Mark right now. Maybe you did something wrong you should have done, and Mark wouldn't like you for it, but you know what? That's where we can deal with it. We can deal with it right now. If you keep holding back, and it seems like you're protecting somebody to me, it seems like it. You don't tell us the full story every time, and you talk in circles. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's something that you're not telling me, and I can sense it, I can tell it. And you understand, that's obstruction of justice.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay. All right. The very least, that's obstruction of justice. We get somebody in here and proves you're a liar, I'll come after you. I'll come after you. All right? If you tell me right now what's going on, let's work with it. We can work with it. Okay? I think you know more than you're telling us. I know you know more than you're telling us. I just know it. All your body language, the way you're answering, your mannerisms, we go to schools on this stuff. We learn this.
know.
Okay? And you're not telling us what we need to hear. You're just not.
Even if you didn't do anything to Marcus, and you're helping somebody by covering it up and not telling us, it's the same thing as you doing something to him. Now, if you want to live with that, that's on you.
Yeah, it's still obstruction of justice.
No. Now, I'm talking moral value here. Morals. I'm not talking about criminal, I'm talking about morals. If you know something, and you're not going to tell us because you're too proud to say it, or you want to protect somebody, it's the same thing as doing something to him. You understand that?
I understand it, but I'm not trying to protect anybody.
A while ago, you said you wanted to help us out, you want to help Marcus out.
I want to help you guys out.
Well, you're not doing a good job of it. You are not doing a good job of it at all. And frankly, I'm kind of getting a little sick of the way you're talking around in circles and everything else. Because I've heard the same crap for the last almost 2 hours now of what you did that night, and more or less what you didn't do that night. I mean, man, you're so far out there in left field that I don't know if we're ever going to be able to get the truth out of you, because you already admitted you're a compulsive bad liar. I mean, you admitted that more than one time. I mean, you're telling me you could have done something, you could have not done something. I asked you about your shoes. Yeah, they might be down there, shoe print like mine, down by the river. Okay. Then you're saying he was killed. We never said he was killed. No one ever has said he's been killed. No one ever said he was in the Ohio River. You're the one that came up, well, yeah, I know he was in the Ohio River. Okay? You're the one that's giving us all the facts. You're giving us so many facts that, do you not think we can build a case against you?
With all the facts I've given you, yes, you can build a case against me.
Okay. Then, why would we want to help you out?
Because you know that I'm innocent and you're wanting to...
No, I don't.
Yep.
Not at this point. At this point, I do not believe anything right now. You understand that? I am neutral.
You think that I'm holding something that could help save
No, I know you are.
Okay, you know that I'm holding something that could save my butt and help Marcus's case.
No, I'm not saying save your butt. I'm saying help you. But you know what? It would be a great help to the whole family. Your family's tore up, okay? The whole Golike family, they're tore up. Brothers, sisters, everybody, okay, are tore up. We've had to go and do death notifications today, okay, and sit there and talk to people and watch them break down in tears and everything else. You think that's fun for us to do that?
No, it's not.
Okay, but that's what we've had to do. All day long we've been doing this. And we've been dealing with you for the last 2 hours, and you keep beating around the bush. Do you not think that we're getting a little perturbed about this? Okay, and you think you're getting perturbed and in here hitting your head and everything else as your stress reliever and all that? Okay? Man, I'm telling you, this could have been over 2 hours ago. This could have been done earlier today. And we could already been home with our families, everybody else. Everything could have been done. Here's the deal, okay? I don't know who you're protecting. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what you're thinking in your head right now. But you need to be thinking one thing. Man, I need to help Marcus, and I need to help myself. And that's what we told you before we walked out. We left you in here quite a while by yourself because we had stuff to do.
20, 30.
We come back in here, and you give us that runaround story again. How is that helping anybody?
It's not.
Exactly. So why would you even entertain that fact? I mean, you're not doing anything. You're not eliminating yourself as a suspect. You're not helping yourself out. You're not doing anything here. The only thing you're doing is digging a hole deeper for yourself because your inconsistencies, your lies, and everything else. That's all you're doing. I mean, all you need to do is tell the truth, exactly the truth, and we're the ones that determine is he lying or not. So far, we both determined you're lying. Hell, you determined yourself when you're lying. You're the one that keeps on saying, oh, I don't lie. I don't lie. I mean, how's that going to look in front of 12 people at a jury?
Not too good.
What's going to happen when you get up on the stand and you sit there and swear in testimony to this, and you, oh no, hold on, sorry, prosecutor, I lied a while ago. Sorry, Your Honor, you know, the judge. Sorry, 12 people out here, I lied a while ago.
That wouldn't work.
Okay, then why are you doing it now? That's what I'm saying. You're doing it right now. We're trying to help you. You're not seeing it apparently. You're trying to help someone else. Well, we're trying to help you. But I'm telling you, you know, it's always the person that comes out on top is the one that tells the truth. And you're not doing it. I mean, if you want to go down, that's fine. That's all.
Let me go down.
That's all.
You want to go to jail?
Hey, we're not talking about jail. We're talking worse than jail.
Okay, prison.
No, we're talking worse than prison now. Okay. We're talking a lot worse than just going to prison. Trust me. If that's what you want to do, you can do it.
It's not what I want to do.
Then why don't you help us? Why don't you tell me the truth? Because right now, you're just digging yourself in a deeper hole. That's all you're doing. By these lies and these inconsistent stories and everything else, and you throw out these facts about him getting killed and him getting this and this. We've never said that. That's all you said. It's all out of your mouth.
When I was sitting with her, I heard you guys talk about a funeral.
So? People die every day, do they not?
Yes, they do.
Okay. I didn't say anything about him getting killed. I never once said anything about him getting killed to no one. You're the one that said that. You brought that all up on your own.
You guys just want me to come clean so that way we can stick this over with. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole
Earlier, when I went to go help Harley look for her cell phone, I did talk to him. I asked him what he said. And then apparently he told me that you slipped up and said that you were the last person to see him alive.
No.
That's what he told me. That's what I went off of when I said he was dead. And the funeral.
I said he was the last person that seen him here, alive, as in he was here at the house. I never said he was killed.
That's what I got off of that. And then I heard the talking about funeral or whatever, and then I just assumed that he was killed.
Even if I said he was the last person seen alive, he could have died in a car wreck. He could have walked down the road and got hit by a car.
Yeah.
You manifested up to killing yourself.
How?
Because you said he got killed. You said it earlier.
Okay, but I'm drawing clues together.
No, you're manifesting.
How am I manifesting?
That's what that is. You're manifesting it because you're getting information that you don't even have a clue what you're talking about. And you put it all together and you say, oh, he was killed, he was found in the Ohio River. I know that was in the Ohio River because my God, the news alert said 4 days later. The news alert was Sunday or Monday it came out, and you're saying it happened on Wednesday. You got the text alert. And somehow you're relating something that happened Wednesday back to something that happened Sunday and saying that the body was found and it was definitely Marcus and everything else. Is what you're trying to manifest. You're trying to manifest this whole story up. And the reason why you're manifesting this whole story up is not to put yourself in the middle of it and to protect whoever you're protecting. That's exactly what you're doing. You're messing the story up, and we ain't buying it. And I guarantee you, you and Harley talked about more than just that. And when we talk to Harley after a while, I guarantee you he's going to tell us what happened. Because he's going to crack. He's the type of person that's going to crack and be a little baby. He thinks he's a big bad boy, but he's not. You might think you are, but you're not.
I know I'm not.
Well, you know what? I hope he does crack. And I hope he sits there and tells us the whole story. And you know what? I guarantee you he's going to say, well, you know what I told William? I guarantee the part going to come out of his mouth. And then what's going to happen? Yo, you're going to get hemmed. You're going to get hemmed up. That's what's going to happen.
Up and I'm going to get more trouble.
That's what's going to happen. He's going to crack and involve you in this. Now, the only thing that's going to save you from that is if you speak first. That's it. I don't know what kind of bond you two got going on. I don't care. I don't care if you think he's your brother. We don't even. He ain't your brother. He's simply staying there. He's using you, using your family. That's all he's doing. He sat there and told us earlier he's using you guys. As soon as he can get on his own, he's out. He's done. He's done with all of you.
I mean, he's got to wait 2 years though.
It don't matter if it's 2 years, 6 months. It don't matter. It don't matter if it's tomorrow. He might decide tomorrow he's done with y'all and he might go somewhere else. That's what he does. He moves from home to home to home to home.
He's old
he finds one that he wants.
He can get emancipated right now.
Yeah.
He's old enough to get emancipated, be on his own, he can be an adult. And I'll tell you what, Detective Jones is right. What's going to happen is,
He's going to crack on me.
he's going to say, he's not necessarily going to crack, he's going to pass the buck on you. You did it. He's going to say you did it. And when he says you did it, guess what? We got to believe that.
Yeah.
If he comes in here and tells the same story and not changes anything, we got to believe him.
Because of all the stuff that I've done myself into.
Yeah, you haven't been consistent with us. If he's in here and consistent and points a finger at you and says you did it all, he just watched or heard about it, it's you. But that's still reversible at this point. You understand?
Yes.
It's still reversible because we've got you in here. We don't have him in here. Because you know what? His record shows that he can do something like this. His record does show that. Yours doesn't.
I don't have a record.
That's what I'm saying. Your record shows that you couldn't have, you probably would not be the most likely person to do this. He, on the other hand, is. Very much so. He is. All right? That's why we got to know this. Now, knowing that, are you going to be the first one to give us the full story and the truth, or are we going to let Harley do it? It's your choice. It's your ball game. It's your choice right now.
We honestly, I mean, we really don't care. We're going to hear it. Yeah, we just want to know who we're going to hear it from first. We're giving you the opportunity to say it. But
You've known him 1 month. You don't know if he's a good guy or not.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, knowing him a month, he can pull the wool over your eyes, he can BS you, and believe it, You've already started to see it, the way he's into it with your sister, right? He's into it with your bigger sister. That's his true side, I think. All right? If somebody doesn't follow along with him, he's going to challenge him, all right? I think you can follow along with him, right? Yeah, I think you kind of follow along with him. You're kind of friends with him, right? He's the kind of person, I consider him like a sociopath. He can't really have friends.
He just chooses to do that.
Exactly.
He's using you right now.
He's using you as bad as it can be right now.
And you know what that thing is? You're letting him do it. You've been letting him do it all day long. That's the problem. You've been letting him use you. Now, it's up to you. Do you want to stand up for yourself, or you want to continue him and let you use you? It's up to you.
Stand for myself right now. I'm going to be truthfully honest with you right here. That night when we were playing chess, let's go back to that right now. That we were playing chess, I don't even know what he did. I mean, he came in, he wanted to play chess, all this other stuff, and he just left the room. I don't know what happened after that. I hadn't seen him for the rest of the night. Being dead serious. I did not see him for the rest of the night.
Why? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? I'm getting so ticked off. You know what? When I talked to you tonight, you seem like a good kid that maybe have made a mistake. You don't understand how big a mistake you're making now. Your whole life hinges on this. Being truthful. Your whole life hinges on this.
I know it does.
No, you apparently are not getting it. Because when you lean up and say, you know what, I'm going to be truthful with you right now, I'm going to tell you everything, and then you turn around and say, well, I don't remember nothing. What's that? That ain't being truthful. That is not being truthful at all. You sat there and told me, he went to his room earlier, I know that, he didn't come back out and everything else, and then later on, your story earlier was, I went to bed and I heard Harley's door shut. That's exactly what you told me, in the car. You said, I heard it. He went to bed shortly after I did because I heard his door shut. Because I asked you, well, how did you know he went to bed after you did? Because I heard his door shut. That's what you told me earlier in the car. But now you're saying, Harley went to bed and I never seen you the rest of the night. Okay, you're getting there, and then, you know what, I'm trying to, push myself to the side here. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there that night. You're singling yourself out is what you're doing. That's all you're doing right now. Okay? That's not helping you out. Okay? All you're saying is that I went to bed. Okay? That ain't saying anything. That is not going to get you out of this fire. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay? You are in the fire. The only thing that's going to save you is we find out what happened to Mark. That's it. And, hey, you know what? What if Harley comes in here and says, man, this will happen. I woke up, got up, walked downstairs, they was in there playing chess, I walked up, they was going to go out the back door, and, man, William shoved him down the steps and beat the piss out of him. Okay? If he tells me that, tells, Detective Benton that,
I have to believe it.
Detective Mott, why is that? 12 people on a jury that, everything else.
You'd have to believe it because what I've told you constantly dug myself a hole.
Yeah. So, the only thing that's not, that's going to save you is you tell us what happened and then we can prove it with evidence, stories, and collaboration, okay? That's the only thing that's going to save you. You understand this? Mm-hmm. Because it's going to be your word, I can guarantee against Harley's word. I can guarantee it.
Because of his record and what he's done.
No, because he's going to crack. He's going to sit here and tell us what happened. And he's going to implicate you in this somehow. Because I know. I can tell when I talk to you all, I talk to you and I talk to him separate. Okay? And you're saying he's your brother and all this stuff. You guys
said my brother's my foster brother.
You said a while ago, he's my brother. That was your exact statement. When I asked you, you said, yeah, he's my brother.
Yes, because I have to consider him my brother because he's a foster kid.
Okay.
I have to.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you might consider him your brother, or whatever. He considers you as another person in the house. He ain't there for you. He's there for your sister. That's what he's there for. I mean, he is there, honestly, to flirt and do stuff with your sister and to mooch off you guys and live there as long as he wants to. And he's going to shag you and go to a different house and do this exact same thing. That's what's going to happen.
Like he's done his whole life.
You don't see this right now. You think, oh, you know what, we're going to be tired, we're going to be buds. You know, I finally got a brother around my age and everything else. Okay? Man, I understand where you're coming from, okay? You've been in foster care, you've been around, you know, you finally have a family. They're treating you good, everything else. You don't want to disrupt that. I understand that, okay? You don't want the family to be broke up. I understand that. But you got to understand where you've got to draw the line. Is it going to be your family, or is it going to be Harley?
It's got to be my family. I have to put my family first.
Okay, Harley is not a member of your family. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, maybe we're getting through to you right now, okay? Your family is the people that's adopted you, took you in, fed you, clothed you, everything else, okay? You have a lot going for you. You work at licks, you've got a job, you've got, you know, possibilities, you've got everything going. Or you want Harley to drag you down?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I want to succeed in life, but not be.
Well, right now, you're letting Harley drag you down. Is what you're doing. You're letting Harley drag you underneath the bus with him, and you're doing it to yourself. We cannot sit here and change your mind, apparently, because, you know, we've been trying to get you to be honest with us, which ain't going to happen, because you're a compulsive liar. You admit this. So, I mean, man, I'll tell you what, I won't believe the first person tells me the truth. Now, whether it's exactly the way it happened, don't know. But Harley's told you something. He slipped up. He said something. You know about it. You don't want to give it to us for some reason because you're afraid either you're going to get kicked out of foster care and end up in jail. Harley's going to end up in jail because you care about him. You don't want to see him because you already said this is the last stop and everything else. And then, you know, he'll go back to, you know, juvie prison or juvie jail or whatever. And you don't want to see that happen. Or you're truly afraid of him and he's threatened you somehow. It's one of them three things. I mean, which of the three is it? Either you're scared of losing your family, you're scared of losing him, and him losing his family going back to juvie, or you're scared of him. He's intimidated you. So which of the three is it?
It's the last one. The first one, scared of losing my family, and he's intimidating because of his anger.
You're scared of losing your family.
And he's intimidating because of his anger and what he's going to do.
So there you go. So you're intimidated by Harley because of his anger.
Yes.
Okay. Do you realize that, I mean, man, I'm telling you, Harley, he's a little punk. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's a little punk. And I can bring him in here, and he ain't going to do a thing besides cry like a baby. We see it all the time. He will sit here and act big and bad around you and sit there and try to make you do stupid stuff and get in the middle of stuff. When it comes down to it, he ain't got your back. He's going to run like hell. That's what he is. He tells a story about him fighting 14 people. Well, yeah, right. That ain't going to happen. He'll be pummeled. I don't care who it is. You ain't going to fight 14 people. He thinks he's big, bad, and they're tough. And all that. He's not. He's pathetic. He's a little 16-year-old pathetic punk. And if that's the kind of, you know, role model that you want,
I don't want to.
Go ahead. And I can tell you right now, as far as your foster family and everything else, man, is your foster family going to feel better and look at you different if, you know what, we don't resolve this and everything else, and they might suspect you had something to do with this, or are they going to look at you and be like, you know what, he manned up, he told them exactly what happened, you know, they solved it, Mark got, you know, his justice, you know, and William, by God, he stepped up and helped the damn police to, you know, solve this case. Which way are they going to look at you better?
Help them solve the case.
Okay. So if you're worried about getting, you know, kicked out of your foster family and everything else, the way you can help them out more is helping us out and helping yourself out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as Harley, man,
He's not worth helping. Is that what you're saying?
in my opinion,
No.
hey, it's all, you know, everybody for themselves in this thing. I mean, if you want to get hemmed up and hem your whole family up over Harley, that's on you. That's not on us. You got to realize that. That's all on you. And I don't want to see, you know, the whole family, and I'm not talking just your foster family, I'm talking the whole, you know, Mark's brothers and sisters, and, you know, mom and everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you hem all them up by some stupid mistake of you withholding information or you keeping something to yourself because you're trying to protect somebody. I don't want to see it happen. But unfortunately, apparently it's going to happen unless you say something. So, I guarantee if I gave a whole speech to Harley, he'd sing like a bird. So, man, it's up to you. It's your ball game. Man, I mean, I'm here to help you. I really am.
I know, because if you weren't, you wouldn't give it a second chance. But I have right now, which I'm...
Just got your third chance right now.
Yeah, I believe it.
And you're, this is about strike 30 for you.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if you're afraid or intimidated by him, we'll have him out there, I mean, 30 minutes out of the house and locked up. I mean, he ain't gonna mess with nobody, trust me.
Yeah.
Once we get a hold of him, he's done.
Yeah.
And that's where he needs to be. And you probably deep down inside know yourself, you know what? He needs to be locked up because of his anger issues and everything else. He needs some help.
He surely does.
Well,
he gets angry. So
then you got to help us help him. If you care about him, then you need to help us help him. The only way we can do that is if we put him in classes, but he's got to be held liable for what he has done. He has to be held liable. You know that.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, what else do you know? You've all talked about it. He's told you. I'm sitting here reading you right now like a book, man. He has told you what has happened. And it scared the shit out of you. And you're just like, I mean, you're right here like, what do I do? You're freaking out. You're going every which way. I understand that.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I understand it, man. I've been there. I know. And you don't know which way to go. But I'm trying to tell you, the Texas Family is trying to tell you the way that you need to go. The way that you have to go. For your sake, for your family's sake, for Mark's sake. We're telling you the right direction.
Yes.
You're the one that has to follow the way. You understand this?
Yes.
What has happened? What has Harley done? What has Harley talked about? What has happened?
The only time he said something to me about this whole entire ordeal was when he talked to me about you. That's anything else that happened, I do not know about. Cause
What exactly did he say to you?
He told me that when he was in the car with you, that you slipped up that you were the last person that could have seen him alive or something like that. He told me that and told my Aunt Kim that. Because she didn't tell him that, or that.
What was his exact words to you?
Told me what, so I said, so what did he say to you? He asked me about the polygraph test and if they found my DNA on him, and that you slipped up and said that you're the last person that possibly seen him alive, and you caught it again and then said something else. That's exactly what he told me.
Do you see any problem there? Do you see a problem there with what you're saying? If Harley said, I slipped up and said he's alive, do you not see some guilt in that statement?
That he could have possibly done it?
Yeah. Do you not see
I
it?
actually do see it now, yes. Thank you for helping me out here.
Okay, that's not exactly what I said. Alright, what he's telling you is not what I said. Now, I did say something about that, but I didn't slip up. I was looking for a reaction from him.
Yeah.
Which I got the reaction I was looking for.
Yeah.
Now, there's been more talk than just this. It's been almost, 3 hours almost, it's been 14 days since Marcus was last at your house. 2 weeks that you and Harley's been together. I know he's done told Andrea. But Andrea, we don't think is capable of doing anything. So who's that leave?
Me and him.
Yeah. Now I'm telling you right now, after talking with Andrea, her stories are inconsistent too. And I mean, we're giving you this chance, but your time's ticking. Do you want to say something you just don't know how to say it? Is that the problem?
Well, I'm trying to, like, to make,
Well, instead of sitting there thinking about it so long and trying to manifest something, a little story, man, just blurt out whatever you're thinking, splurt it out. Because all you're doing when you're sitting there silence and all this, you know, and giving us all your stuff,
it's making me look bad.
it's just making me look, you know, sitting here wondering, well, what kind of damn story we get her here now? That's the only thing I'm thinking right
Making me
now.
look worse.
If this is a conversation, you shouldn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
The more you stop, the more you think, the more you know, try to build up a story, everything else, is the more inconsistencies that we're finding. Now, if I'd asked you right off the bat everything that you happened, you told us verbatim, everything else, you know, and whole lot of stories, would have been done a long time ago. But we've not yet heard the truth. Not yet. And, you know, I asked you earlier, you know, what should happen to somebody that was involved in the disappearance or, of Mark?
Yeah, you're actually go to jail or get locked up in prison.
No, that was not your answer. Your answer was, that's for someone else to decide. I can't decide someone's fate. Was your answer. Now, I'll be glad to play that back for you. Anybody else? Everybody else asked the same question too? They should go to prison and pay for what they did. Yours, totally different. Yours on a polygraph. How would you do on a polygraph? If I asked you on a polygraph, how would you do if I asked you the question, did you have anything to do with the disappearance of Mark Golike, or are you withholding any information regarding the disappearance of him?
And when
Or do you have any knowledge of that? So how would you do on that question?
and I said I probably don't know.
Yeah, that's right. You said, I probably wouldn't pass. Okay, if somebody asked me that question, I would pass. Everybody in the whole family
Said they would pass.
would pass, except for you. Man, I mean, it's fine with me. If you want to go down for Harley,
I don't want to go down.
y'all can share a cell together. We're just going to say that. If y'all want to be roomies in prison, that's fine. Y'all want to be roomies, try buds, whatever. But more power to you. If you're intimidated by him, if he's threatened you, drug you into something, then we can help you get up out of that. But as of right now, we can't help you. Because you're not helping us. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
I know of his past,
I don't care about his past.
and I know what he's capable of, and there is a chance he could have done it. Or he could, or not could have done it, he did do it. There's a chance of that, too. From what you're telling me.
No, not from what I'm telling you, because I've not told you nothing. I've not told you nothing. What did he do to Mark?
As for plea just came, I don't know. After he left, I don't know truthfully what Harley did. I honestly don't. He could have gone to bed, he could have gone somewhere else. He could have gone down to the Kangaroo. I don't know.
Did Mark try to give you any money that night?
No, he did not.
Did he ask you if he wanted any money?
No, he did not.
You see any money in his pockets, wallet, anything?
Not from what I seen. When I looked, because when he got up, I looked at his pockets and they looked like they were empty and I didn't see he had a wallet on him.
Why'd you look at his pocket?
Because usually I look at people's feet before I look at it. Or usually when I look at somebody, I look at their feet first and then I look up. It's a thing I learned from school. When you talk to somebody, they usually look at
So
your...
you're looking at his butt?
No. When he walked past, on the side of his pocket, he had nothing in there. And when he walked towards the door, he didn't have anything in his pocket. Because usually, when...
What about the baseball cap he was wearing?
I don't know what happened to it. If he was wearing a baseball cap.
Was he?
I honestly don't know.
He's wearing a baseball cap when you seen him at the kitchen table?
He was wearing a baseball cap, and he left with it. I don't know what happened. Honestly, I do not know what else happened after he left.
Man,
That's the thing.
I'm done.
Start talking to this. You were trying to say something, I interrupted you right with it.
Seems to me Harley may have talked to you into something, or did they ever talk to you into something you didn't want to do?
No.
Never.
Never. He has never once talked me into doing something that I really didn't want to do, or didn't want to do at all.
Okay. So you're going to go on record saying that Harley did not harm Mark, or you don't know if Harley harmed Mark?
I don't know if he harmed Mark.
Did you harm Mark?
No, I did not.
And you won't take a polygraph over this?
Yes.
Did Harley kill Mark?
I don't know.
Did you kill Mark?
No, I did not.
And why did you say kill earlier?
Because that's what you said when you asked me.
Nope. You were one brought it up first. I never said anything about no one killing anybody.
All we said was harm. That's all we said.
But I did not kill Mark. I did not.
Did you do something to Mark and not mean to hurt him?
No. I didn't do anything to Mark to harm him in any way.
Do you know of anybody that did?
Not that I know of.
Okay, well that right there was the most guiltiest thing you said all day.
Not that I know of.
Mm-hmm. Man, what did Harley do to Mark?
I don't know what he did.
Who else? You said
The only people that actually were in the kitchen that night were me, Stephen.
Okay, maybe Stephen did it then, didn't he?
No, the only people that were in the kitchen that night were me, Stephen, Mom, Mark, and Harley after he came in.
Okay, so your mom did sometime.
No, she didn't. She wouldn't harm Mark in any way.
Okay, so Stephen did and your mom didn't.
It had to be either me or Harley, but I would not harm Mark at all.
But you're saying it had to be either you or him.
I wouldn't harm Mark. I wouldn't harm anybody for no reason. I wouldn't harm anybody at all.
I believe that you wouldn't harm anybody without a reason.
I wouldn't harm anybody at all. That's the thing.
Deandra.
She wouldn't harm him at all either.
Andrea.
Wouldn't harm him at all.
Well, buddy, you just pointed the finger right back at yourself.
How did I do that?
You know, just remember your statement you just made? That leaves me and Harley.
And I also told you that I wouldn't do anything to that guy's family. I don't harm my family. I don't. I do not harm my family in any way.
Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know you.
I know you don't know me, but I don't harm my family.
How am I supposed to believe that after you done lied this whole time?
I'm telling the hard truth now.
Oh, now you are. But a while ago you wasn't. Is that what you're saying? Although when I might have, I can't remember if I done anything to harm Marcus. What was that?
That was me lying. Trying to sound like me covering up. I did not harm Marcus in any way.
So earlier you're lying to me about I don't know what I done. I could have harmed Marcus. That was a lie. Is that what you're trying to tell me now?
Yes. I'm trying to tell you that now.
Man,
I am telling you that now.
okay. I like to see you you can't even convince 2 people, let alone 12 people about this story. I'm telling you, you and Harlan going to end up bunkmates together.
But I wouldn't kill a person either.
No, maybe, I don't think you would start out that way, but maybe...
I would never kill a person. I would never harm anybody.
Maybe not harm anybody, that's different. When I say harm, I don't mean kill. I mean, just do something to them. Things can get carried away. Somebody did it. Somebody hurt Mark.
Somebody did hurt Mark, but that person was not me. It was nobody in my family.
Okay, I mean, I'm
So who hurt Mark then?
It's like, I don't know.
You just sat there and said, someone hurt Mark, but it was not me. That was your statement. Somebody hurt Mark. So therefore, or you would have said, I don't know who hurt Mark. You said that you agreed. You said somebody hurt Mark.
Somebody had to, or otherwise you guys wouldn't be in here questioning me right now.
Oh, now we're backtracking. Now we're backtracking.
Okay. We'll probably give you a call for a polygraph, okay? Now, are you finished on it?
I can't take no more of this.
I can't either. That's what we'll do.
I'm trying.
No, you're not. Don't even say you're trying.
We're gonna schedule you for a polygraph and we'll be in touch, all right?
Okay.
I can't help it to just know you know more than you're telling us. And I can understand you trying to protect a sister or a sibling or a parent. I can understand that. But it doesn't help Mark out.
It sure ain't helping you out.
Right. For what? I'm getting your body language.
Man, this could be Harley. Harley's one of Harley's friends. Tom?
Has Harley got friends been coming over?
He doesn't have anybody that's been coming over.
All right. Narrows it back down to you and Harley then.
I don't even have friends that come over.
So it really narrows down to you and Harley.
How's that narrow it down?
Because no one else is coming over to the house, so.
I don't have any friends come over. You don't have any friends come over. The only people who have friends come over are the girls and my little brother.
Okay. You think your little brother has friends that would harm somebody?
No.
Think your sister?
No.
Okay, so now we're back to you and Harley. I will. Man, honestly, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I really don't care if it pisses you off or not. But it's pretty pathetic that if you know something that you're not telling us, that shows you your true character. It's pretty pathetic. That you do this to your family, you do this to Mark, and do this to everybody else. It's pretty low. About low as you get.
But I'm not covering for anybody. I'm not covering for nobody. I'm trying to help save myself.
You've not done that so far.
And I know that me saying I don't know and putting other information that I already know into the investigation does not help at all. Information that nobody else should really know. I know that doesn't help.
I was gonna leave it at that. If you don't help Mark, and you do
I
know,
want to help Mark.
and you ain't gonna help your family, and you ain't gonna help, everybody grieve and get closure on this, it's on you, not on me. You're the one's not gonna be able to sleep at night, not me. You're the one's gonna have this on your head, and on your chest for the rest of your life, not me. If you want it on your chest, on your head, and think about this the rest of your life, I mean, ever how long you live, it's all on you, not on me. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, whenever we saw this case, ain't on me no more. It's always gonna be in the back of your head, it's always gonna be on your chest. I don't want you to get it off. Only one way. Other than that, you're gonna live with the rest of your life.
You know, I can get it off, I guess, if I tell the truth. I understand that.
Either you're gonna live with it. If you wanna live with something like this, man, it's called hearted.
I don't want to live with something like this. It's already eating at me that you guys think I'm the one who me and other people are the one who did it. You already think I'm the one who did it, is what I told you.
I have no reason to believe otherwise.
I know that you think that I did it.
I have no reason to believe otherwise.
I know that. Just because of how I've been and what I've been inconsistently telling the stories and not keeping what I originally told the detective right here. Because it's changed us so many times.
You wanna live with this?
No.
Get off your chest now. Don't why you can, man. I'm telling you, you gotta get off your chest now. When you leave here, man, it's gonna burn. God, it's gonna hurt. I mean, you're gonna feel just like, you're gonna feel miserable. You ain't gonna be able to live from day to day. You ain't gonna be able to sleep. You're gonna stay awake at night thinking about this. You ain't gonna be able to work right. You're gonna be thinking about this work. You could lose your job because you ain't doing your work right at work. All because you don't want to get this off your chest. That's all. That's what's gonna happen. So, you get this off your chest today, I guarantee you can walk out here a lot better than what you're doing right now. You're hurting right now. I can tell you, you're hurting.
Yeah.
Bad.
Just by your body language.
Yeah. I can tell you hurting as soon as you walked in here. You've been wanting to say whatever. You've been wanting to say that something for like the last 3 hours. But apparently you just don't know how, or you don't want to. I don't know. But if you think that, you feel weight, or you're going to feel weight if you tell on somebody, that weight is not going to be near as bad as the weight you're feeling on your chest right now. You're hurting. Bad. Man, I'm telling you. Get off your chest. Quit hurting, man. You hurt yourself. Quit hurting. William, I'm here for you right now. You understand that? Okay? Get it off your chest and quit hurting. It's burning, man. It's burning hard. Your head's hurting. Your chest is hurting. I ain't gonna think of you any different than I do right now, man. You tell me the truth, you get this off your chest, don't think you're a man. I might not agree with what happened, but I'm gonna look at you as a man and you manned up. Go ahead and get it off your chest, tell me what happened. Man, say it like however how you think you can say it. Don't look for words, just say it. Get it off your chest. I'm telling you, the way you get it off your chest is the way you want to say it. Get that weight off. Come on, man, breathe. Get it off your chest. William, you're tearing yourself up right this second. Quit tearing yourself up. Let the pain go away. Get it off your chest. Let the burn go away, you understand? Tell me what you want to tell me. Get the burn off.
I would never harm the man in any way possible. The man has always been there for me since I entered foster care. He's a very smart man, and he's intelligent, and he's ways of him being harmed. I care about him. With the inch of my life, I would die for him if I had to. I did not do anything to harm Marcus Golike. For the particular person that harmed him, I honestly do not know.
William, let me tell you something. You're going to feel the hurt, the pain that you felt this while ago, right when you was here and tell me that. Ain't nothing what you're going to bear here in a little bit. You're going to go through some pain, some burn. You're going to be so heavy on your chest, you ain't going to be able to stand it. You almost told me what happened. You almost told me the truth. And then you know what? You thought, man, if I get this out, maybe I'll feel better, but you're still hurting. That right there didn't make you feel no better what you just told me. Did it make you feel any better? You can keep on pretending and saying these things. It's going to help you, make you think you're going to feel better. But the burn is not going to get off your chest. The pain in your head is not going to get out of your head. None of that's going to go away until you tell me the truth. And what you tell me right now, I believe you.
The only person
I believe right now that you would not intentionally harm Mark. Okay? Intentionally. A malicious act. Listen, hear me out. However, something's happened to Mark. You know, man, I'm telling you, you've not felt pain yet. Until you wake up with this, for the rest of your life, every day, you've not felt pain. You've not felt the grief. You've not felt, man, I can't go everyday functions. I can't do this. Relationships the rest of your life. Being around girls, everything's going to be affected by this right now. You're affecting your whole life right now. Man, I'm telling you, get it off your chest and we can get through this. All three of us together can get through this. But right now, you're trying to lay all the burden on you. All this burden is on William. If you let us know what's going on and you tell us what's going on, man, the burden will be lifted and it will not hurt that bad. It will not hurt.
Nobody in the house, not my dad, not my mom, not any of my sisters, me or my brother, would harm anybody or that man in any way.
So who did? William, get it off your chest. Get it.
The only person that would...
Wait, no, William. No. Don't go there. You're going to sit there and what you're going to do is you're going to give me another sentence and you're going to feel a little bit of stress relief and that's all you're getting ready to do. And I'm going to right back to what I'm doing right now. And you're going to feel the pain again. Because I can keep turning the pain on, I keep turning on, I keep turning on. Or I can relieve the pain from you. you're called, you want to keep feeling this pain that you're feeling right now?
No, I don't.
You want to feel the
I have a
burn?
hard time breathing. No.
Yeah. You're having a hard time breathing, you're having a hard time sitting there, you're hurting. Buddy, you're the one that's making this on yourself right now. You're doing this to yourself, you understand that? I'm not doing nothing to you. I don't have, a lighter sitting there burning you, but you're feeling like you're on fire. You know what we want to hear. We don't want to hear none of that other stuff. You know what we want to hear. And if you want to keep on hurting yourself and hurting your family, you can keep on giving us those run around stories. But the only thing you're doing is hurting yourself. And you're dragging yourself through hell right now. For no reason. No reason you're doing this to yourself. But this doesn't make sense to me. Why do you go through so much pain right now? Just to try to hide something. And why would you do that?
I don't know. I've always had the tendency to put people before myself.
Well, this is the time you need to man up and you need to put yourself and your family. This is the time you need to think about the outside picture. Because what you're doing right now is you're going to keep this bottled up. And I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to function. Do you want to live the rest of your life like this?
No.
Do you want to feel that burn every day? All night?
No.
Where you can't even eat? Every time you eat, man, that stomach hurts, everything else. Go to work, you want to be at work, be constantly in the back of your head this whole time. I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you're leaning toward. If you want to sit here and leave here, as soon as you get in that car, man, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. And it's going to hit you hard. Well, I'm trying to help you here.